Hi, I'm Mike Thompson. I've been working on a bunch of foam projects lately with my son. He loves using my foam cutter. Yes, it is made out of cardboard. It works great. It weighs about half a pound, and I've never found a need to upgrade. But we've cut a bunch of circles here with my circle cutter, available on Etsy. Then we took a bunch of wood glue and glued all of our circles together. They go from 6 all the way up to 1. Now, he thought it would be a good idea to make a fountain out of this. He loves fountains. Anytime we go to a hardware store, he's got to see the fountains. And he loves anything mechanical, really. Wonder where he gets that from. But anyway, what I'm going to do is, now that this is dried up, he's napping, so I'm going to go ahead and put a bunch of my wood glue and water sealant on this. This mixture I've got here is about a 3-to-1 water to wood glue. The more porous the object, the more wood glue that you're going to have in your mix. But I think we're going to be able to achieve a nice stone look in the end of this. And of course, if my son weren't napping, I would let him do this. Okay, so now we're working on our foam fountain, right?
Yeah.
We've got all of our foam pieces that you cut glued together. We put the wood glue around the outside, and I drilled a 5/8" hole through the middle with the drill press, right, while you were napping the other day. That way the water can come out. Then we've got this Crayola clay from Walmart, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we're going to make this look like rocks, aren't we?
Yeah. We can paint it blue and black and red.
Blue and black and red?
Mm-hmm.
When have you seen blue rocks? We need to paint it gray first. Let's feel this. It's a clay that dries in the air, so we don't have to fire it because I don't have a kiln. We're going to make it in thin layers like this. We're going to squeeze it real thin, and then I think we're just going to put it here.
Then Daniel has.
We're just going to put it on like that.
I have to get.
You get a big piece. Yeah, get a real big piece.
A thin layers.
Squeeze it real thin.
Like this.
Yeah, real thin. Like, yeah, then just pack it on there. And I think it's going to dry and look like rocks.
Now, is this really neat that we're varnishing our fountain?
Well, we're not going to varnish it yet. We got to let it dry, then we're going to paint it, then we may need to varnish it. Yeah. To waterproof, because I don't know if this is going to be waterproof or not when it dries. Probably not. When it sets up tomorrow, we will paint it to make it look like rock, and then we can varnish it. And then we can put the pump in it.
Under.
Well, right, underneath it. Yeah, in your red bowl. And we can put some rocks in it, some of your granite pieces and stuff.
Every spot that's white needs to be painted.
Okay. Green and red will make brown, so we need to make a little bit of brown because look, where's those rocks she had? Where's all the rocks? Okay, there. See our sampled rocks?
Yeah.
See, this one has brown in it. We need to try to make that color of brown. So this is regular polyurethane floor varnish by Minwax. I used all this on my cardboard boats, so I know it'll work for this.
You're going too fast.
You're right, I am. Oh, I am. You're right. Thank you.
What's this?
What's what?
This.
That's dried varnish. So we use it, and then the top surface of it dries. But since I store it in these small jars, I don't waste very much of it because then each little varnished skin is minimal. Whereas if you had a whole gallon bucket with a varnished skin over it, you'd waste a lot more. That's why I always keep my varnish in small glass jars. There's a tip for you. Okay, I think we're done. We just gotta let it dry now. It should dry pretty quick outside here. Well, it's all done. My little elf and I put in the pump at the bottom that the Easter Bunny gave him this year. If you want to make a fountain like this, you can go to Harbor Freight and pick up your own pump for about $9. I think it's the 158 gallon per hour pump.
Cheap.
It is really cheap, yeah.
Really cheap.
It is pretty cheap. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Mike Thompson, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.